Just hi there. This is a quick video for anyone who's taken the AP Pre-Calculus exam because there is a skill on the calculator that I haven't taught in class that would be helpful for you, I believe, on AP exam, from what I understand. So I just wanted to give you that option to be able to talk about it or to be able to do it. So I'm going to do a problem from the book. This is something called regression. One moment while I change cameras here. And not that one. That one. Okay. One moment while I get my stuff together now. It's a small table here. So I'm on page 434. What we have here, now this is called regression. And what that means is we're going to take some data, plot some points, and you can see that this data translates to this point, and we'll try to fit that into a particular type of function. As you can see, first of all, this is trigonometric functions, and as from your knowledge, this is sinusoidal. And you need to be able to use your calculator to find a function that approximates all these points. So kind of like a line of best fit, if you remember from Algebra 1 or even before that. This is like a sine wave or a cosine wave of best fit. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this exact problem from page 434. So you may want to get your calculator and kind of start and stop along with me as we do these problems. So here it is. Here's the calculator. Trusty calculator. We have to put in this information. I've already preloaded this because this information here is a little bit difficult to plug in. But you can plug in data under stats, under the stats button. So I'm going to hit that. And we're going to edit. So that number one, I hit enter, and you can see there are several lists. So you can see L2, again, I've already preloaded with everything, and I think that's all correct. 74.27. Yeah, even if it weren't right, it would be okay. So now I'm just going to type in the 1 through 12 in the other one just by here. I'm going to hit 1, enter, 2, enter, etc. And go ahead and take a moment, pause the video, make sure that all of your data is in the calculator. Okay, next step is the regression, which again means putting this to a function. So this is all a statistics thing. So I'm going to go to stats or the stat button. I'm going to calculate. And you can see that if it were a line that I were making, then it's linear regression. If it's a parabola, then it's quadratic regression. Cubic, quartic, linear, ln, right? Logarithmic regression. Yeah, I don't know why there are two different linear regressions. That's a little bit strange. One is mx plus b, the other one is b plus mx, or other constants that they use here. So I'm going to arrow down to see some others until we get to not exponential regression, but is it power regression? Nope. Logistic? Nope. Sine regression. So I'm going to hit that enter, and I'm going to let it do its thing. Whatever number that is, leave it. If it's not 3, maybe you could change it to 3 or play with it. You remember there were several columns, so I'm just going to be using the first 2 columns, so L1 and L2. I'm not going to change that at all, period. I'm going to keep that where it is. And the store, I want this to be stored as a function ultimately. So I want this to be y1. To get there, I'm going to do alpha and then trace. Notice it gives me a list of y's. So I'm just going to hit y1. If I had some other functions I didn't want to lose, I would do y2 or something like that. But y1, I don't have any other functions in there. So I'm going to hit enter. So that's where my equation is going to be stored ultimately. And now I will calculate. So here it is. It's a sine function in that form. It tells me that A is this, B, C, and D are all these values. If I want to see this, I'm going to go over to the graph. And I've already done a specific zoom. I did zoom stats here to get all the points from my stats button. But you'll notice that I don't see the points. I'd really like to see the points that I plugged in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to y equals. Now, some of you have had this problem where you highlighted this before and it stopped working. Now it's not going to stop working. This is actually going to work. And take a look what happens. They're there. Those are the points. It had points to plot, so it was able to do them plus the function. And you can see the function that the calculator made goes right through those. If you want to find other points on that function, you could use value. You could open this window up if you want to change the window values here. You could play with it the way you normally would. But right now, X max is 13, but maybe I want to go out to 30. I don't know. Maybe I want to go out to 300. Could be crazy like that. If I graph this, I should be able to see this going right through and continuing on the same pattern. And I could still find points on the function, which would approximate the behavior of the data that is there. And again, this is just a quick example from page 434. If you want more examples, you could look in this chapter, or you could look through the book. In the index, I think it's if you look under subject index, page 15 in the back of the book, look under data, and then you'll see the different topics like linear, quadratic, etc. So I hope that this helps. And if you're taking the AP exam, I'm probably not going to see you before it. So have fun and have a great weekend. Signing off. See the high school version of me. I'll let you see that. Here you go. High school version of me. There you go. Okay. Have a good weekend. Take care.